I promise you. I've done all the research that needs to be done. There's nothing better. The absolute best.
The best.
It's huge.
Huge.
Number one podcast, hands down. New York Times bestseller.
My kid's been getting on my mic. I see a little slobber on the back of that mic.
Kids need a butt whooping.
Trying to chew. Oh, it's Lacey all the way, man. She's just in everything. All right, let's get it, boys. Enough of this bull crap.
Ready? I'm ready when you are.
I'm Reggie.
We're waiting on you since 8:30.
He's
Born Reggie.
He's Reggie, boys.
Hey, I was waiting on Clint since 8. All right, we're supposed to start at 8:30, but I was on here at 8. Like when he said I'm getting on, and then he didn't, and then said I'm on. I'm just not. I'm there.
He was looking up Game Masters. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because he needed
Tonight's episode is brought to you by
my
Click
ready is a
Gaming,
different kind of ready.
freelance
You're ready,
esports
obviously.
tournament company based
You're
out of
ready for
Oklahoma.
me. You got to do
We're
all the work.
located in the
I'm playing
U.S.
our sponsorship.
esports
Jeez.
services. This is the ultimate
We're
gaming
gaming.
company for you.
I don't have the live thing.
Contact
so I
Johnny
forgot to
Weaver
get that next
at
reminder.
ICChiller@att.net. That's ICYCHILLER. This episode is brought to you by Lurk Royalty, a Twitch gaming team that puts out Call of Duty content, Rocket League content, and any epic esports matchups you can think of. If you want to check them out, go over to twitch.tv. The 3 team members are Creeper KC, you got Brazzy TTV, and Reckless_X. Go check them out over on twitch.tv.
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
With your host, Clinton,
Hunter.
And Ryan.
as we bring you the latest in gaming news, reviews,
I like the way we've
and the
been
newest
doing this
updates
because I can
on
see
national and
the
local
transitions and all
esports
that.
events.
Along with great recipes for you good-looking dads.
Gadgets and gifts for gaming, gags, and great deals.
And we're raising the heat as we go into gaming competition in the Delirious Dome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode, a 115 episode of the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
DDG.
DDG. I'm Clinton.
Ryan.
And Hunter.
And we're bringing you, guessed it, gaming news. Without the U. I forgot to throw the U in there. That was awkward.
Without the U.
Yeah, I forgot to say bringing you gaming. I just said bringing gaming news. I guess it still works.
That still works.
Yeah, it's all right. It's good. Anyway, guys, we went from last week to just a tiny little drip to now we're just flowing this week. Would we agree? We're flowing?
There's a lot of flowing.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
this.
Oh man, those locks are flowing, baby.
Man. Yeah, that's good. Looks good. Smells good. Bet it tastes good.
Oh, you want
No, I don't
a
want
sampler?
to. I'm just letting you know. These guys.
Just the tips.
Yep. Only if they're, blonde. All right, so let's just get it out of the way. I fixed my garbage disposal this weekend.
I know. I talked to your dad.
When I say fixed it, I took the old rusted piece out and just put in a brand new baby. Rewired it in like an electrician. I was shocked.
I was thinking you already did this like a while ago.
No, I fixed the old one and Mikhail broke it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already knew that. I ran into your dad. I said, "What have you been up to?" He said, "Oh, just been over at Clinton's house seeing his dishwasher get fixed."
What's wrong?
Garbage disposal.
Hold on, I got
Yeah, that's what I meant. Well,
Hold up.
All right.
I'm pretty sure he said dishwasher to me.
He probably did.
Yeah. So I knew something was getting fixed, but
All right, Mr. Clint's leaving. We're gonna go ahead and roll in. He's not gonna be able to hit the transition, but it's okay. It'll be there when we do the real podcast. So
That's right.
imagine cued transition. and I'll roll right in. Okay.
Do it.
I mean, we're already talking about just the tip, getting a little bit of that taste of Hunter's hair. As weird as that sounds, how we got there, I don't know, but we did. I'm going to go ahead and jump into finger condoms because that's gaming related, isn't it? Of course.
I guess.
Have you not heard of these, Hunter?
I haven't.
Okay. Well, Razer, the same company who came out with the RGB COVID mask last year that never actually came out, has now come out with something that is actually out and ready for purchase on their site. They are not calling them finger condoms themselves, but that's what they are. Okay. It's not April Fool's is what this article says, but nobody told Razer when they announced its gaming finger sleeves, quotations. Yes, finger sleeves. They're literally little sleeves that cap off your fingers and supposedly enhance the grip and absorb the sweat. And they are gamer styled, they say Razer on them and like bright green writing on the top. And they got a little green trim where you usually have a little rim on your condom. You know what I mean? And they're black and they roll onto your fingers. We will, I don't have one of these to share on here. So, but Clint's not here. If you're watching live, you guys can look it up. Wow. They almost look like they may be cloth. I think they're cloth, so they're not really like a condom. They're like a piece of a glove, but they sure look like those little smoker condoms, that people, so their fingers don't smell like smoke. That's what these look like. But they're textured too, like maybe like a little bit of raised rubbery texture, like the cloth is dipped, kind of like those work gloves.
Well, that makes sense for controllers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's what it is. They definitely thought about it, so you can tell which one's for the thumb and for the finger. I noticed because the one for the thumb says Razer, the one for the finger has the Razer emblem. Okay. So you can always know which is which when you're throwing them on, and you can know which way they're supposed to go because you put the Razer on the outside and the emblem on the outside, and then the non, logoed area goes down for the usage. I don't know if there's that much more to say about a finger condom for gaming because it's pretty self-explanatory. They look as cool as they can.
Yeah, right.
How do they work? I don't know. I have had some gaming sessions where my fingers are kind of sweaty and kind of get a little bit like greasy, and I could kind of see the purpose, but I also feel like unless these are like breathable at the same time, they're going to make me sweat more and probably bug me. So I don't really know, if it's going to be everything it's cracked up to be.
I feel like when I sweat, it's mostly my palms.
Yeah.
My palms get sweaty. I don't feel like my fingers ever get sweaty. And then too, just like, it's like fingerless gloves, but reversed. You just got palmless gloves on kind of,
just tips. Yep.
And so I remember it made me think of this time I was getting my hair cut in Stillwater. One of the guys that cut my hair, he's using scissors and he clipped his finger and he went over to fix it real quick and comes back and he's got this thing on his finger. And I said, well, that's really cool. What is that? Like a bandage? He goes, no, it's a condom. He just slid a extra small condom, like legit, just a Trojan condom on his finger. And
no, they just call those condoms. They make those
off.
That's what I was talking about a minute ago. That's what smokers use.
No, this guy looked like a condom.
Like how big was it though? They don't make condoms that size.
No, I think you're right. I think it was just he was joking around with me.
Yeah. But they look just like a condom. They're made
they
just
do.
the same.
Well, they do. At the time when I was little, I thought he wasn't messing with me, but there's a thing, obviously on a real condom that's got a little bubble on the end.
Yeah. They don't have that.
No.
Yeah.
it was basically like it looked just like a condom, but it was a latex glove with a little rib on the end of it, like you said. That
they probably have those. They probably have those as hair cutters specifically because when he goes on smoke break, he don't want to come back and his fingers smell like smoke when he's cutting your hair.
That and then too, like he did. If you nick yourself, it keeps any blood that's going to come out contained, so you're not getting any bio stuff. Whether they put a Band-Aid on or not, they still like to use those. And I think chefs do the same thing, but we just wear full gloves because we need to.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking because I'm a foodie. Dang, that's gonna mess up my chips. I'm a chip eating,
What are you talking about, bro?
Because you're trying to chip eat while you're gaming.
Yeah, like throw a little chip in between each goal.
I do. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what?
You're gonna get like chip fuzz on it, and then it's gonna be all or dust.
But that's what I was saying about the popcorn. what you need is like a little gaming tong, right, for your snacks when you're gaming.
Uh-huh,
So you just reach over and grab them, but you don't touch anything.
Mhm.
Yep, and then you go back.
It's like
Really,
chopsticks.
really,
Chopsticks.
as we've discussed before, we just need to have a little porta potty gaming chair,
Right. Yep.
and then you just never got to get up.
I guess you could put your snacks in the cups like they did the Doritos 3Ds and whatnot back in the day. You know what I mean? So you can just kind of shake a couple in if you want it. Yeah.
The only problem with sitting all day is then you develop blood clots. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
take it.
It's probably good for you to take a break every once in a while, guys.
Yeah, it's good for your body to say, "Hey, go poop."
Like,
you end up like that guy in China, wasn't it? China, someplace like that, where he gamed.
didn't poop.
He gamed so much it was like he ended up dying. Yeah, in the cafe.
We're gonna end up like Wally.
He died of a
The
blood
people
clot.
on Wally.
Yeah, his mom would try to take him food and get him to eat, and he wouldn't do it. So he's just like, no, that's what it was. I think it was a heart attack actually. That's what it was. He's pounding energy drinks, not eating anything or drinking anything, and just sat and played for like 72 hours straight.
So there's a theory.
Barely napping in between.
There's a theory, a game theorist guy who does these theories for movies and games.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought about this because you're talking about never getting up and getting fat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The movie Wall-E, it's like set in a spaceship where all these people can't move and they're all in their chairs and stuff.
Everything gets done for them. Yeah.
The theory when he breaks it down is that those shakes that they're eating is actually people because they've been out in space for so long that they didn't have a food source to keep that much. So they're just killing off. After people die on the spaceship, they turn them into food and they just drink that, the only amount of nutrition that could support somebody out there like that would be another body probably. So
right, there you go. Yeah. Makes sense.
It's pretty gross.
Yes.
Anyways, completely off topic.
Who's next? What you got?
All right. Go for it.
I got some stuff that maybe we cover after we talk about some of the PlayStation stuff. So
Yeah, go for
unless you want me to do mine first, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
it. Yeah, you just go. It's good.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to cover something on God of War, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But there's been a trailer out, right? That's talking about Ragnarok, which is the new God of War coming out on PlayStation, and it's really exciting. I'm super pumped for this game. I love God of War. I love PlayStation, and it's just like I feel like it's one of the best games that's ever been released ever. So there is a snippet of this, which we'll see later, that shows Thor, a new character that they're involving in this game. And people are kind of have different opinions on how Thor looks. And I dropped a picture. I don't know if we can show it.
Yeah, let me pull it up for you here.
But basically, Thor's got a body not like the Chris Hemsworth body, right?
Well, he's like Chris when he's fat, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. A little bulkier even though. Like thicker, like a door. But he's a big boy. And so some people were like, well, that's not like what you'd picture a god to look like. Well, this is Thor in a Nordic universe, right? It's not like where Kratos comes from in the Greek, where all their bodies are Greek gods.
Well,
right?
and that's the thing. A lot of people, when they think of those kind of gods and mythical stuff, they're thinking of the Greek stuff.
Yeah.
But in a lot of other stuff, they're not, right? Even in like Hindu and Middle Eastern stuff, a lot of the gods are fat. They're skinny gods, fat gods, all different kind of shaped gods. Yeah.
So
there's your picture of Thor right there.
Right. And so people are kind of like not causing a huge fuss, but just kind of like, that wasn't expecting that for Thor. Well, the British powerlifting champion, Darren McCormick, has come out and shared his insights on this. Okay. He says, like it or not, God of War's Thor is the peak of male performance. And I want you guys to listen. We're not about body shaming on the Delirious Dads podcast.
Only to each other.
We believe in all male bodies as equal. And you know what? This powerlifter here is saying that his belly and his body is the peak of male performance. And I'm on my way there.
Yeah.
Right? I'm on the way. So McCormick said, I think I'm saying his name right, McCormick, told the 6 Axis, which is the people, talking about this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. As a strength athlete, there's a correlation between bulk and strength. In powerlifting, the most competitive classes are the under 100 kilogram or under 110 kilogram guys who are lifting multiple times their own body weight. They won't be tall, they'll be bulky. He said, not all these guys will have abs. Far from it, he added. They'll have a layer of lard over it, a power belly. Any old fool can get abs. Yes, I'm looking at you, Mr. Hemsworth. But a power belly and big traps, the muscles on either side of your neck, are a sign of a bloody strong man.
Oh.
There are
I
some
believe it.
exceptions.
If you've ever watched any of those strongman competitions, you know little guys out there, they're not ripped. They
Yeah.
Oh,
just
yeah.
eat as many calories
They're
as
all
they
big
can.
old farm
They
boys,
work out
baby.
all day. Yeah.
Exactly.
Barrel
He said
chest.
there are some exceptions, but in general, the competitors in the world's strongest men competition are usually brick houses with power bellies. This helps give them a strong center of gravity. So, maybe Sony Santa Monica is who develops these games, and maybe they did some research. And I think it is cool that they kind of went away from that Americanized view of a strong guy who's just ripped and oiled up, and especially in the Nordic.
And I was reading stuff on
mythology.
this, like the actual Nordic mythology of him actually describes him more in this way too.
Yeah,
It's
that big guy.
actually the depiction of Thor. Yeah,
Mhm.
we've just gotten
So-
like you said,
Well-
the Marvel-ized Thor.
What's funny is we got the Greek idea behind our mythical gods a lot of times, right? Where they're all ripped and all that. But if you actually go back to most nations' depiction of anybody who's wealthy or in power or a god, they're right, because the symbol of being a god means you have more food, right? Like
Yeah,
you have
you're
more to
well-fed.
waste, so you're well fed. And so even back then, women were more attractive if they were bigger, because being bigger meant
Well,
they have
have
enough,
money.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so it's funny to see how things shift over time.
Hey,
I mean,
and no, my wife would blush, but I like me some curves. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
So,
Well,
ain't nothing wrong with that either.
nothing wrong
No.
with a little bit of curvage.
Yes, positive body image.
You know what else has curves, bro?
Snakes.
No, the Hills of Valheim.
Oh, there you go.
That has
That's true.
curves. Mm-hmm. Yep. Pixelated curves, but curves nonetheless.
That's right.
Well, I'm bringing this to you guys. This is some Valheim news. Just giving you an update that the Valheim Hearth and Home update is coming out, and the developers are encouraging players to start a new world when they're ready to explore the new update. Says the update is coming on Thursday and will be the first major new content drop since Valheim entered early access in February. And its main focus is on expanding the domestic side of life in the 10th realm. The update has it originally just started as like just a small idea. Let's just add this, and then they just kind of expanded on it. And it's going to encompass a new food system, revised stamina system, and new parts of the world. And the developers at Iron Gate Studios made the case in a recent fireside video chat that the best way to experience it is going to be starting it fresh. Which
It's kinda
makes
cool.
sense.
Because I want to revisit it. I was going to say, that is a game we enjoyed very much, and it'd be cool to revisit it. Well, now we've got a reason to kind of
Right.
Definitely.
go back and restart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they also said the new parts of the world coming in the update will only appear in previously unexplored chunks of the map. And a new world is going to have a lot more unexplored map to fill it in. So they're not really expanding the world. It's just going to be
Changing it.
more biomes in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they can't change it on the area you've already been in because it'll
Right.
affect stuff you've done.
Mhm.
So I guess
Yep.
if you've explored the entire world or whatever universe, you're just going to be without.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. You can still have multiple save, right? I mean,
Yeah, you can have
you
multiple
can have
worlds.
your
Save
world
states
that you've already all
Mm-hmm.
looked at, and then you can start a new one place. So
Yeah, they're not changing any of that, so we're good there.
very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there you go. That's your Valheim news. Whenever that
Sweet.
comes out.
Valheim.
Well, I've got two stories, but I'm gonna hit them both at once because one is, I don't know if you can call it a story, but I'll throw it out there for you guys. PS5 is getting a major update. That's the name of this article. You be the judge. I'm not a PS5 guy, so when I read this, it doesn't seem like the biggest news, but maybe it is. Okay, PS5 is getting a slew of new features. We're not going to go over all of them, but they're getting a massive software update. It says live around the world on September 15th, which is today. So if you're listening later, it's already happened. If you're listening live, this happens today. Sony announced in PlayStation blog post today. Oh, so they announced it. I don't know when this article was written. Let's see. I don't think very long ago. Yesterday. They announced it yesterday, and the update came today. That's kind of a quick response there. But it says one of the big things coming is 3D audio built support for built-in TV speakers. I don't even know what that is. I'm guessing it's a sort of surround sound.
Yeah.
I think 3D audio is when you have like your sound bars or stuff like that. It still gives you the vibe like it's surround sound, even though it's not. And so this is them. They're building that in so it'll work off of TVs that have good speaker systems built in.
I thought, maybe I'm wrong, is 3D audio like it does like top and bottom sound too?
Yeah, it
I'm
should
not
be
sure.
surround around, like all around
you.
you.
Hear something on top of you. Like surround sound's just in the circle. It's all around you.
Yeah.
And then I think 3D is where it's like on top and on bottom.
Well, there's a top and bottom I know in sound that's from Dolby, and they call it Dolby. It's not 7.1. I think 7.1 is still just a type of surround sound. They call it something. They don't call it 3D. I don't remember, but this might be referring to the same kind of thing.
Well, I
could
think
be true.
I think the VR headset had 3D audio is why I'm thinking maybe. But I can search it up while you're looking at it.
Yeah, go for it. The other big thing that it's going to have is the M2 SSD storage expansion is a big addition. Okay, it says here it's not just a storage expansion edition. The update is going to finally let, and this is the one that I think is probably a big deal to some people, it's going to finally let PS5 owners access games and media directly from the SSD. So I guess before it was like you could have it on the SSD, but if you wanted to play it, I'm guessing you needed to transfer it to the main hard drive. So it was just more like a storage, but you can't use it from the SSD live, which doesn't make much sense. If I was a PS5 guy, I would be bothered by that too. So I guess this is...
I don't have an SSD card, but I have a hard drive, and I'm able to play games off of it.
Yeah, you have a hard drive that's removable, like the old 360s were too. I get what you're saying.
Well,
I don't really know.
Yeah, it plugs into the front. It doesn't really...
Right.
The 360 had like one that you like clanked into the back, right?
Yeah. So when you're talking about... so an SSD is a hard drive. It's just a solid state hard drive, right? So that's where I'm saying, to me, that seems like a normal feature that you should be able to play your games off your SSD. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Maybe they mean like a SSD that's not specific to what you buy for that, right?
Maybe.
Because doesn't PlayStation make you buy a specific SSD? Or no?
No. Xbox does that. They've got that weird setup. Yeah.
Okay.
I just have a random one that I use for my PS4 that's just an external hard drive.
Hey, well, keeping up on that 3D audio, just real quick.
Yeah. What is it?
It does say it frequently involves the virtual placement of sound sources anywhere in a three-dimensional space, including behind, above, or below the listener.
Okay. So it's just talking about anything that's not really around you, but it's making it feel like it's around you. It can be up, down, all of those different settings. Okay.
Right. Because they'll manipulate that in the game world, too. Like something will be on top of you in the game, and so you'll hear it on top of you.
Right. Yeah. I know when I was talking to Tiff. Oh, that's what it's called. Adobe Atmos. That's when it first came out. It was called Atmos, and that's where people even put little puck speakers up above them. And when I was at the place getting my projector, they had Atmos set up in the room, and this helicopter was flying in, and it was like right on top of you.
Just felt real.
Yeah, not even like around you; it was above you. And that was definitely a unique.
We need
experience.
We need to all plan a little movie, just me, you, and Hunter. Plan a little movie trip to one of them 4D movies.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Got someone set up at the Tulsa Hills one.
Okay, so we got says with 3D audio, you'll no longer have to rely on your headphones to make the most out of the PS5. Enhanced audio mixing, which you didn't have to anyways if you had surround sound. I guess they're just talking about I guess a lot of people just play on their TV in their bedroom, right? I get that. And you put on your headphones nowadays, like the PC guys do, and you get surround sound. The other benefit of that is it's in your headphones. I mean, it's so crisp and clear.
Yeah.
That even if I had it on my speakers, I'm still going to throw these headphones on.
Yeah.
There is a negative to the headphones. You're kind of discusted from the rest. It definitely happens. That's a negative to PC gaming.
When you're a dad and a husband, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, so if somebody comes in the room, you got to give it the the slide, which sucks because then I really am not hearing much at all when you do that.
Right.
So yeah, I get it. Let's see here. Sony here is tinkering with the UI. The control center can now be customized. Messages can be sent directly from GameBase. PS5 and PS4 versions of the game will be in separate slots in the library. Screen reader controls are getting added. PlayStation Now players can choose between 720p and 1080p streaming resolutions. Accolades are being expanded to include one for leader, and challenges are challenge card competitions will automatically be recorded. So there's a bunch of little things that are going to be going on. I think those two we mentioned first are definitely the bigger ones. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then the other thing I wanted to hit on, and guys, forgive me, you may, if you guys are a little old, I'm slightly young for it, even though I played Atari and so. I never heard of this show. I never saw this show, but in looking into it, it was the bee's knees back in the day. This was the first show to bring gaming, like video gaming, to mainstream TV and mainstream non-gamer people, right, for entertainment. This show was called Games Master. It was a show like a game show, right? But the competition was done through video games, old Sega games, and people would play against each other or play certain challenges to try to earn certain things. And the Games Master would kind of watch them and critique what they're doing. And I guess they'd get scored off of that. And that's how you would kind of move up in the ranks. It's like The Price is Right. There's an audience, live audience.
Right.
And then everything on the show is about gaming, though. And so I guess this introduced the normal public to a lot of different kind of games and gaming styles and things like that. So it was a big deal back in the day. Well, 23 years ago is when this was around, and now they're remaking it. It said it's not going to be designed to be a recreation of the old one. It's designed to work in the modern age of gaming, which is completely different than the old one, and to accommodate for changes in the modern age and to attract the modern gaming group of people to watch the show. But it also is going to play off of some of the things that really made it unique and quirky back then. So it's going to try to pull some of the same vibe, but be its own modern version. That says here the series. Let's see here. There was one line I wanted to read in here. Maybe I went past it. It says they're going to have gaming celebrities. I know I had it here. I scrolled on you guys. I'm sorry. Yep. I don't know where it's at now.
You lost it.
Yeah, maybe I had two articles pulled up. I think I did. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, guys. I had two articles just to make sure I had good info on this. Okay, so it says here, we know that the show will pit gaming stars, so people who are already popular in gaming, so it's going to invite like game streamers, stuff like that. Yep. Celebrities and fans against each other in all manners and challenges within the realm of gaming. They're all basically fighting for the golden joystick trophy. I guess that's what's coveted in this thing. While the all-seeing and all-new Game Master, it's going to be a new guy, obviously, will be watching over and essentially sounds like kind of grading, critiquing them as they go. I don't know if he also kind of eggs them on and stuff a little bit, I think, from some of the videos that I was watching, and it gives a little bit of a talk through as they're going.
Okay.
But
so it's kind of like Legends of the Hidden Temple type.
Yes. Yeah, but with gaming. Yep, that is the vibe when I watch the video.
I kind of want him to be like a Wizard of Oz type character too, like.
Well, there is a character.
Like and scary, I don't know.
There is a character that kept popping up who's like this. I don't know what you want to call it. Kind of reminds me of the Valve guy. You know that head with the gear in the back of his head, but then he's got like a big plate on his eye. And I guess this was like a part of the logo. Like that was in a sense, like what you're saying. Okay. It was like the thing that would pop out. Head. Yeah. So it definitely is going to have a unique vibe. Of course, they're going to change some things, but I just thought, hey, that's interesting. You don't come across even today with how big gaming is. How many gaming TV shows are there? Not that I can think of. I mean, so we have seen gaming become more mainstream on some TV
It's
shows,
starting
like
to change,
taking a
yeah.
game and making it into a show,
Mhm.
right? Not a show about gaming, if
It's
that makes sense.
usually
So-
just
Right.
like a documentary or something if you find one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll see how it goes. And they did say on here, it's always a little scary when you do a remake on a show because there's a couple different things that can happen. One, it can be the worst thing that ever happened, right? Two, it doesn't live up to the old one, or three, it's epic. And they just basically said, well, it's going to be one of those three. You can guarantee that. Just watch and find out,
Well, the good thing
So-
is it's been so long, right? It's been long
Mhm.
enough that
Nobody even knows what it
may
was.
work.
I mean,
Mhm.
not very many people. Yeah.
So that could work.
I guess-
for 'em.
I guess the guy that's hosting, the guy that's the new game master, was a huge fan back then.
So he
so-
probably like got on there and tried to help greenlight it or something.
I feel like they have more games to cover now, but
Right.
Oh, yeah. Tons of content. They're not going to run out of
Mhm.
any kind of thing for the competitions.
Oh yeah, that sounds like
Yeah.
fun. Well, speaking of competition, boys, we've played Brawlhalla a little bit, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I've couch played with you a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, The Walking Dead has come to Brawlhalla.
Mm.
I didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently they've got Rick Grimes, Gerald Dixon, Michonne already in the game, and then coming up September 22nd, they've announced that Negan and Maggie will be coming to Brawlhalla. And, of course, Negan's going to be bringing the famous baseball bat covered in barbed wire, Lucille.
Mhm.
And Maggie will be throwing around like a street sign. I think she's got like a little machete. And so I figured we just watched the trailer for it. It looks kind of funny. It looks fun. So let's...
Is Glenn's head pre-bashed in or bashed in?
Good question. Good questions by all. I'm not sure on that one.
We're going to watch the trailer?
By the way, I'm getting
Jump
some
over.
feedback. I don't know if you guys are.
What does it sound like?
It sounds like me talking,
Oh,
like a
no,
little echo.
not on my end.
Just making sure we don't have anything
We need to
playing.
turn it
on
down a
phones or
little bit.
anything.
Did it go away when I was muted just now or no?
Yeah, it went away. This is you?
No, I'm not muted now. I was muted right after you said it for a while.
Yeah, it went away.
It's back now?
Yeah. So it is you.
Weird. How about that?
Sounds good.
Talk.
now.
Yeah,
Oh, it just popped a little bit.
it's weird. I don't have my mic turned up very much either, so I did move these headphones earlier, remember? So I was
Oh, yeah.
joking around about having to move them. How's
Uh-huh.
that?
Hello. Seems okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I was
Oh.
gonna say something though before you started. I know this
What's that?
might sound crazy. I was all into The Walking Dead, and I
Uh-huh.
started watching the other Walking Dead. I don't even remember what it was called. There was like another one, and I kind of enjoyed it.
Fear of the Walking Dead?
Fear the Walking Dead, yeah. And then I don't even know, did The Walking Dead end, or did I just kind of fall off of watching it?
You
It
probably just
fell
watched
off.
it.
It's still going.
A lot
It's
of
still
people
going right
are.
now.
They're doing their last season right now for that one.
Mhm.
But then
Okay,
they
have you still been watching it, Clint?
Yeah, not like live like I was. Like there for a
Right.
while, it was like, oh, I got to watch this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and check it out because I remember still enjoying it, and I just somehow got distracted and then forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
Have they been able to keep the intensity? Because I felt like for a while there they started just repeating themselves.
They
They
kind
did
of
a little
lost
bit.
it, and then when Rick left, it was really bad. It was just like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
now
where I stopped watching.
they finally kind of picked back up. They're in a situation where they're making Negan like a bigger character, which they should have anyway because he's a good actor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't get why they wanted to follow. They lost me when they wanted to stick with side characters. Like let's do
Yeah.
a whole episode about this one side character.
Oh yeah, that was
That I
yeah.
don't
They
care
they
about.
straightened that out though. I remember that. I was around for that. And that was
Yeah.
weird the way they did that.
I was just like, come on, guys. Like,
Yeah.
let's get it together here. As Ryan would say, grow up.
Yeah, grow
Mhm.
up.
You know,
Sure.
who wants to watch this crap? So we're in a better place with that. It seems like. So anyway, anywho, let's go
Us
ahead and
now?
pull up that video, boys, and let's see what we got here. Good loud for us. Woo. All right. You guys tell me when you get the video up.
I'm ready.
Okay. And we're going in 3, 2, 1. Smash it, bro. All the old pistolas. Oh, I want to see some brains. Come on, people.
What's cool is if you're these actors, it's just like, well, there's some. You know what I mean?
There's some extra royalties right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet money.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, guys, that's
They look
a
good.
sneak
That looks
peek
cool.
at that. Now they are having an event where let's see, I got the article here. I wanted to talk about the little game event that they have on it that sounded kind of fun. I think it's all the way at the bottom though. Yep. It says that they have a new Walker Attack game mode that will be featured as the Brawl of the Week and requires a group to fight off endless waves of walkers for as long as they can.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So you just get to beat them, smash them, beat their brains in. All right, well, to finish up the show, we're going to go through this pretty quickly. We're going to talk about the PlayStation reveal, and we're just going to name off, we're going to go through a list, name off the games that were announced, and then we're going to play a little God of War trailer and see what we think.
Nice. I like it.
All right, so first off, Ryan, you'll love this one. Alan Wake Remastered was announced. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Alan Wake was one of those sleeper games. You know what I mean? It was a lot of fun, but it was kind of a weird game that
I hope
never did what they were supposed to do back then, but then caught on and I never got back to it.
It's kind of like they could now if they do it right, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Alan Wake is in that Control universe, right?
Yeah.
And so they've kind of pulled in some different things there, so it's going to be interesting what happens there.
Mm-hmm. So they've also announced the Blood Hunt game. Little Blood Hunt. Little, is it vampire-y? I think it's like vampire type stuff.
Yeah, I believe so.
You've got Deathloop, which is just the official story trailer, giving you some background on the story. Forspoken is another one. You got Ghostwire Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, God of War Ragnarok, which we kind of mentioned earlier. This game, people have been waiting for years. We're talking almost a whole decade here. They finally announced Grand Theft Auto 5 coming to the PlayStation 5, baby.
That's just 5 though, still, bro.
It's so crazy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Jeez. Wow.
It's just updated. They keep.
What's bad is I open it and it looks like my PC graphics. I don't see a big bump. So what's
Well, that's their marketing thing too. Is like, oh, well, you got updated graphics. It's like, come on, guys. We've been playing this game for 20 years.
They learned something from Bethesda, bro. If there's anything, they learned from Skyrim. You can repackage it over and over again, and they'll just keep buying it.
Yep. People will. They're going to make money on 5 again. That's crazy.
It's nuts. I don't get it. They announced Gran Turismo 7.
Mm-hmm. Which looks insane. Talk about graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, yeah, they've always been ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel's
Super
Guardians
pumped.
of the Galaxy, so that looks cool.
Okay.
They also announced Marvel's Wolverine game.
Yeah.
And this is going to be from the makers of Spider-Man.
So these are these all exclusives? Or no?
I believe so.
I think
Wolverine for sure is.
Dang.
Yeah. You got Project Eve. They also announced the Spider-Man 2 reveal trailer. Was posted, so you go check that out. They're remaking Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It's getting a big remake. This one, I don't know how to say the trailer, but it's a tropical adventure called Chia? Chia?
Chia?
Like that? Chia? Yeah, maybe.
If you say it louder, we can hear it better.
Chia! Yeah, there you go. And then we got Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It looks bizarre.
You know, it kind of looks like a. It looks like the makers of Borderlands made that one. I was watching the thing for it.
Yeah, it's a little more kind of fantasy
Mm-hmm.
looking.
It's a shooter. It's like a fantasy game in like a fantasy world, but with guns.
Yeah.
Right.
It's odd. And then you got Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. So it's remastered for the PlayStation 5 console and PC early 2022.
Okay.
So you got that going on, which is, and then of course we're going to talk. We're not going to talk. We're going to check out the God of War trailer.
Yes.
So let me pull that up on the screen for you guys, and we'll get that watched.
Boy.
Because it's probably the most excited I am about a game right now.
A
story-driven game. I'm kind of like to the point where I need to go back and play the other God of War that Hunter told us about. Because this is where it's at.
This would be the fourth one, right, Hunter? Or is there more than 4?
No, there's 3 original ones where he's in Spartan still, like he's in the Greek mythology.
Okay.
This would be considered. And then there's a couple games after that for like the PSP. There was one.
Okay.
So
and then this might be the 6th.
So he's already killed. He's already killed off Hercules. Then.
Oh yeah.
That bastard.
Yeah, he took care of Hercules a while back.
How did he kill him?
With his own hammer fists.
Oh.
So Hercules in the game has like these gold, like imprinted fists that he wore on his hands, like gold brass knuckles, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
They're huge. They look like lions. He would hit with them, and Kratos stripped him off of them and killed him with his own weapons.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
And then I died a little bit inside.
They're ruthless, dude. Kratos is ruthless.
Nothing like watching your favorite gods die at the hands of Kratos. It's like
Kratos is my favorite, though.
Well, he killed the wrong Hercules anyway. He didn't get a hold of Kevin Sorbo, so we're good.
Oh man, I used to watch that and Xena all the time.
Oh man,
back in the day,
some good TV. I tried to watch it not too long back. I found it, I think, on Hulu or something.
That's horrible.
Sweet.
I will find my place.
Like,
yeah,
I could make a better show
I
than
will
this.
go
It's
the
crazy.
distance. That's
It's
my
like
Hercules.
Another show I used to love back in the day was called Sliders. If you guys don't know, now you know. Check it out. It was a good one.
It had bacon, eggs,
Yeah.
mustard, ketchup, pickles, tomato, whole gluten.
All right. Hey, let's start this thing. 3,
All right.
2, 1.
Wait, hold on. It's still doing an ad for me. Jeez.
Okay.
Come on. Better grow up. All right. Wait, no, it's not. Okay. I'm on the wrong link. What am I doing? Jeez.
Wow,
Who knows?
wow.
All right, here we go. You guys ready? You ready for some,
Been ready.
some
Born
good
ready.
stuff? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 9.
Little boy on Christmas right now.
Are you?
Yes.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
I want that haircut.
My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard,
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
you do not know what Mother wanted.
Well, I don't recognize that dour expression anywhere.
Is that, I'm assuming that's a god he's killed in the
Odin's
past.
got tricks up his sleeve.
No, he actually rescued him.
Oh, okay.
What if there was someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these
Not really a
lands,
god either.
is dead.
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
If he's out there, we gotta find him.
Come in.
What?
And all yarns be the happened to him.
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And what if the only way to do that is war?
War is not the only way.
Yes, Chains of
Stop being like a
Olympus.
father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person?
Is that Josh Brolin? The one that did the voice for Thanos?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
There are moments of crisis. Panic does nothing. Harness it. Let it serve you.
Here!
Are you coming with us?
You'll get your answers soon enough.
Oh my gosh.
Some of them.
So was that Thor at the end there? Is that who that was?
No, that was
Okay.
Tyr.
Tyr, okay. That's what I thought he said.
I think he's a giant.
So, but I read the story on this. It looks like Thor is seeking revenge, though, right? Is that kind of the premise
Yeah.
of it? He's coming for
I think
him?
so because I don't want to give a lot away, but you fight his brothers in the first one,
Right, right.
like
So,
in the first.
It doesn't
of
sound like we killed
this
Loki, though.
series.
The little boy's still looking for him.
Yeah, well, you got to play the first one to
I
figure some stuff
know.
out about
Okay.
that.
All right, we need to play it. I'll
Yeah.
invite Ryan over. Maybe you can come over or something, and we'll play.
Yeah, I'll definitely walk through with you guys.
Just-
I want to
just don't
replay it
give
on my
anything away.
PS5.
Yeah, maybe
It'll
we
be
can
fun.
do that. Come play it on
Yeah.
your PS5 on better
Yeah.
graphics. Yeah, that'd be
For
fun.
sure.
Man, that's cool. I was into that. Like, I was sitting there thinking, this is the one story game I could sit down and have time to play, just because it's so
Yep.
bad A looking.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
good. They do excellent with this game. Like they talked about, I don't know if I watched a whole documentary, and you guys should too, on the first one that they made, this one.
Mm-hmm.
And there was many times like before the deadline that they almost gave up on it because they didn't feel it was good enough. Like they were just like, this does not meet the criteria of a God of War game. Like it's not. And finally they got the things fixed just in the nick of time and rolled it out when it was supposed to. And it's just so good.
It was good.
And they're all so good.
That's cool.
So
Awesome. Good stuff.
I gotta own the whole collection. Ryan's cheesing over there. He's like, this guy's a
Yes.
geek.
No, I'm actually thinking about the fact that my brother, he's not really much of a gamer. And the one game that he was like always been in love with, and he doesn't miss any one of them, is God of War.
God of War.
Yeah.
That's like this, and because he's never been like an online guy, right? He's told him when it comes to gaming, he's just like chilling at the house kind of gamer.
Right.
But the one game he'll play, and he'll play over and over, and now he's got his son playing it, even the old
God of
ones.
War.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's God of War. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can see why, especially now with the
Yeah, it looks really
technology and
good.
stuff. It's just like
Yeah.
crazy good. Yeah. Well, very awesome. I'm wondering if he'll get killed by Thor, and then the son is going to keep the legacy going. You know,
That would be crazy.
like eventually they would have to do that, right?
I don't know.
Seems like that's
You
where
guys
they're
need to
going, if
watch
he's
it. You're
go.
you're gonna be blown away because
Well,
you
you
just
don't.
need it.
You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen to him yet, do you?
there's a twist that you find out at the end of the last game that shows you more about the identity of Kratos' wife and the boy and stuff.
Okay.
That-
So it's Thor's kid. I get it.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
No.
stop talking. Yeah, let's stop talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Loki, he got a hold of the time stone. That bastard. All right. Hey, that was fun though. It's good stuff.
maybe we can parsec it. Maybe one of us can get it and parsec it on here, or we can all play
we
it together.
do need to do that. I'd be down. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode 115. We swear we're going to bring you other segments of the podcast.
I enjoyed it.
Eventually, we're just having fun
Eventually.
gaming. And releasing stuff right now.
Yeah, we've been gaming. We've been doing like horror game stuff and some other things, and then just Ryan's been super busy now with light stuff. And
Yep, it's that time of year.
man, being a dad, I'll just throw it out there, guys. When you're a dad and you and your wife both are working a full-time job, and you come home, you get them from school, you got like this narrow window of like 2.5 hours maybe. So it's like, it's hard for you to say, hey kids, Dad's gonna go do some editing. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
tack a little bit of that on more for Ryan, who's a business owner.
Oh yeah, he's busy all the time.
Doesn't end when he comes home.
No,
it's still kind of the same way. You know, mine's seasonal though, so I'm real busy, crazy busy this time of year. Usually, I've been more busy the rest of the year, but usually I get what's going on with Clint. I know too, because it was not the same when it was just Aurora. When it was just Rory, she had just got to that point where like it wasn't as overwhelming. She could kind of come and hang and do some things with me, right? Like Clint was doing the same thing. She could come in the room while he was editing, kind of hang out with him, and that kind of shifts. You know, you get that the baby again, and you forget what that was like. And now it's like
you get the two of them together, and you can't trust them to not fight, right?
Yep. And if you guys are listeners and you know anything about Claire and her wild childness, our new one, Juniper, every time, I mean, day after day, I go, oh, that's Claire. Oh, that's Claire. Because I know Claire, you know what I mean? That's my experience of the kid who's, you know, just, I wouldn't just say she's wild. She's very, I got to have my way. That would be, you know what I mean? Stubborn. Claire is stubborn and outspoken.
I wonder where she gets it from.
Judy's get that way.
Oh man, yeah. A lot of
I
the
want
same
it now.
things. Yeah.
No, don't do that. I want it now, right now. Come on.
It's not necessarily being bad. That's not what I mean. It's just a kind of way life than Rory did. You know,
there's no reason I should wait for this. If you're not going to get it, then I'm going to go over there and climb up there and get it.
Right. It's right.
When I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Funny story, real quick, Hunter. I'm sure you don't mind me telling the story about Rhett when he came over. So this past Friday, Hunter needed a last minute little babysitter. So he had texted me and said, "Hey bro, can you guys watch Rhett for us tonight while we go out?" I was like, "That's cool. Yeah, we'll do that." So he comes over, and so when he gets here, Claire's just all about him. She's treating him like her baby. They're best buddies. She's wanting to play with him, just showering him with love and friendship. And Annalise was trying to be nice, but they were kind of butting heads as soon as he got there a little bit. And then Lacey was just kind of going off and doing her own thing since Claire kept playing with him. So they never really got to hang out much. And so Rhett's fully acknowledging Claire's his buddy, right? They're just best friends. So we get out to the trampoline and they're jumping. And trampolines, things happen. People, even adults, we kind of get disgruntled sometimes. Well, Claire and Annalise, of course, bumped into each other. Annalise was mad about it. She gives Claire a good shove. She's going to hit her and everything, Well, Rhett sees this, and automatically, I just see his whole face change. As soon as Annalise touched Claire, his whole face changed. That's my girl, right? That's my friend. And he straight up grabs Lacey, shoves her. We had to break him up. I was like, "No, we don't hit, guys. Come on, everybody, sit down, take a time out."
Oh my gosh!
But it cracked me up because he was he went from happy,
the bodyguard
toddler kid playing to she just put hands on my friend. That ain't happening.
to see that kids have that in them when they're two. It's already there. It's hey.
Oh my gosh, cracked me up.
It's funny.
But
we're learning how to have gentle hands, how to play with gentle hands at school. So
no, you're good. Our kid, like I said, about a month or so back, got kicked out of class for not having gentle hands. So I totally get it. It's what do you mean? She got removed from the class? Yeah, she kept hitting. She wouldn't quit hitting her friends. Okay, well, there you go. That's what having an older sister does to you, I guess.
Right.
Anyway. That's fun. Fun little trip down memory lane.
Yes.
And Daddy.
Yes,
but anyway, guys, that's to explain why we haven't brought out the content that we said we would in the beginning. It's not that we're not doing it or forgot about it. It's that life's happened and we don't have everything edited and ready to release on that end. Because visually,
we're also
we want to look good.
As much as we're going to be putting different things out and all this kind of stuff, we're also just I would say we're a little more relaxed about the podcast this time around.
We are. Yeah. We're enjoying it more than we're making it work this time.
Yeah, we want to enjoy it and have fun with you guys rather than get on.
We feel like when we enjoy it, we're giving you
Stress.
the best product of ourselves. So
Yep, I agree.
Right. Better content.
mhm.
Anyway, guys, stay delirious.
Stay at it.
Stay gaming.
This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show, visit our website at www.deliriousdadsgaming.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/deliriousdadsgaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure you like and share our pages to help us grow the channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please leave a rating and review if you enjoy the show. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next time.